Okay. So, hello. Hey. Hello, everyone. I know this is gonna be, I know this is weird. I mean, why do I say this? Why am I saying this? But, I mean, it felt weird to just think about it because I have a few videos to watch because I'm a bit late, actually, on the videos that I reacted to previously on the channel so far. Like Alex Kister, creator of Mandela Catalog, released a new video recently, and no, not recently, like 12 days ago. It's like 5 minutes long, and Decino released another video, like a little bit, like a week ago, a bit more than a week ago, and now Mount Pain 27 has released one yesterday as well, but I'm not going to watch that one yet. I'm going to watch the other ones because, well, they're shorter, so we can get to the video faster this way. So we can get to the game faster this way. So I'm just gonna watch. So I'm gonna start right away by watching Alex's new video, Alex Kister's new video for the Mandela catalog, and then we'll be back with. Then I'll watch Jacino's video, and then we'll be back with Stanley Parable properly. Okay, good to do this fast.
You're moving it. No, I'm not. You're moving it. You're moving it. Would you just quiet? I'm trying to concentrate here, and I'm not moving it.
This video is called Mystifying Oracle 1. Okay. Hmm. Pronounced Ouija or Ouija. Wait, what? Did it actually say that? Pronounced Ouija? Seriously? Oh, I did not know that. Pronounced Ouija or Ouija. Okay. I never understood why everyone said Ouija board all the time. But when everyone says Luigi board, now it's another issue. There's something that looks cool though about the Ouija board. Personally, 10:46 p.m. 8th, okay, 2008. So it's before catalog 2. It's before volume 2. Sorry. Okay.
Is there anyone in this room with me?
Oh, hey Alex. I felt something terrible. Oh, it's like those other movies, you know. There's like the little shorts where it's like Windows Maker. Windows Movie Maker. It's probably just like a really thin wire that is done with the effect here. But still, looks cool. No. Yeah. There's no one here. 3:34 a.m. Why is it always 3:34? Then again, there was volume 333, which is apparently the real devil's number or something. Hello? There's a hello, and then it goes back all the way to the end, like poof. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Huh? Um. Hi. How you doing, buddy?
Think you'd like to retire someday?
Really? An ad there? Is it over? Is that like... Oh. It's the end of the video. Oh. Okay. Well, there was that. Okay. Now I'm going to watch the Cinos video. Where is he? Oh, there you are. How sound travels in Doom. He released this like 9 days ago. Real life Doom guy.
In this video, Doom is nearly reaching its 30s, and this game mechanic is still quite impressive. Sound propagation. The way sound travels to the level, and how enemies react to it. Sound propagation adds new layers of complexity to Doom. For example, there are maps that encourage you to be stealthy. Make one tiny sound and everything wakes up, guaranteeing an instant death. Often, you want to stay quiet, bump into a high-tier demon to wake them up, and instigate a massive infighting party. If you were to shoot, all demons would focus on you, and you'd freaking die.
Like that.
It is important to note that not all sounds will propagate in Doom. For example, sounds emitting from demons do not propagate. If anything, sound propagation isn't even related to how Doom plays sounds at all. It's a function the game calls separately from anything sound related. The function, P noise alert, is only called once when P fire weapon is called. P fire weapon is a generic function that handles the firing of the weapon you're currently holding. Press the fire key and the sound propagation code will run too. A funny oversight is that since it's not related to the sound code and it being a generic weapon firing handler, is that your weapon doesn't even need to make a sound at all to wake up enemies. I mean, we've all woken up enemies before by the sheer force of punching the air. There are plenty of oversights actually. No matter how noisy your chainsaw is, as long as you don't try to slice the air, the demons don't seem to mind the revving and the puffing of the chainsaw. Same with you humping walls. The oomphing doesn't seem to bother the baddies. Neither do other sounds. Even fingers when a cyberdemon's on a rampage. The enemies don't even bother turning around to see what the hell's going on. Oh, nothing, just another day in hell. Somehow they can distinguish you firing a rocket amidst all the cyberdemon ownage. And then they wake up. Doom is a weird game. Anyway, let's take a look at how P noise alert works. P noise alert passes two arguments. The target the enemy should hunt down, and the actor that made the noise. In this case, both will always be the player. The comment written above the function is pretty interesting. If a monster yells at a player, it will alert other monsters to the player. Monsters yelling do not wake up other monsters. But the way the parameters are set up implies the function could have been used in other ways. For instance, you can add a P noise alert where the enemy plays its wake up sound. As a target, set the emitter's current target that needs to be hunted down. And the emitter is of course the enemy itself. Now when the enemy yells after spotting its target, other enemies in the room will also wake up. Why two pointers that in the end always point to the same player actor object? Id Software had some plans, I'm telling you. Anyway, a variable called valid count increments here. This variable is mainly used to ensure certain calculations are only done once. You'll see this in a bit. Now comes the meat of the sound propagation code, a function that calls itself recursively, p recursive sound. It eats up two parameters, the sector the player is in when firing their weapon, and the amount of sound blocking lines crossed. This will be used later. So here we go. The first thing we do is check if you already handled this sector. A sort of unique number is given to the sector that is compared the next time p recursive sound is called. If the number matches the valid count variable given at p noise alert, then skip sound propagation. This will prevent the function from recursively handling the same sectors over and over again. The sector will also store a value if sound traversed in it or not, later used when sound blocking lines are involved. The sector remembers who the sound made. In this case, it will point to the player that fired the shot. This is called the sector's sound target. The way this works is when enemies are idle, each time the sprite alternates, they will listen to the sector's sound target and hunt them down if there's one. This is the only time when enemies will check for sound targets. When there's more than one player in the level, the sound target gets overwritten to the player who shot last. Interestingly, if you're playing multiplayer by yourself, die and then respawn, the sound target will point to your corpse until you make a new sound. Forgetful demons they are. Now, why look for the sector sound target in the first place? Doing it this way is a lot less expensive than iterating which enemies are in the sector and waking them up one by one whenever you fire a shot. Now with the enemies awake in the current sector, let's see if the sound can travel any further. For each line in the sector, they will do the following. Is this line a solid wall, or could it have a different sector on the other side? If it's the latter, let's continue. The line could be part of a door or lift. Is it open, opening, or closed? If it's even one map unit open, sound can travel through, so we continue once again. We store the newly found sector in a new variable here, which will pass down recursively in a moment. A check here is done to ensure the sector the line borders is a new one, and not the one we handled before. The line that we checked, is it flagged to block sounds? And is it the first sound blocking line that we found so far? Then call p recursive sound again, but this time using the new sector as a base and setting the sound blocks variable to 1. We do the same things as with the previous sector. Set the sector's sound target, check all the lines again, yada yada yada. So this line here is flagged to block sounds. We will color these blue instead of red. The propagation doesn't end here though, so we will check out this sector too. If the next sector happens to have another sound blocking line dev, sound ceases to propagate beyond the line and moves on to the next lines until a new sector is found. If no new sector can be found, the recursive function ends and sound propagation is finished. And yes, this is basically a flood fill algorithm. Nothing too fancy, but it works. This can go on for very long distances, even to sectors so far away that entities here practically hear nothing, but still react to it. Nobody ever said Doom is a realistic game. Now that we know how sound propagation works and how enemies react to it, we can apply some cool tricks. The most obvious one is sound tunnels, which even id Software used. You may have noticed in some Doom maps that walls have gaps or holes in them.
Oh yeah.
id Software made these to propagate sound into a closet filled with enemies that normally don't wake up because they cannot see you. The sound
I thought it was always like stuff. I thought that like those little holes was practically just to show you like where. Actually, that makes sense because I remember there was like in the level where I saw a hole and I kept hearing a bunch of monsters in it, and then when I shot, they all teleported in afterwards because they move trying to get you. So it makes sense.
Propagates into these monster closets. Enemies wake up and then they either open up the wall or walk into teleporters to teleport into the map.
Yeah, like that.
If you don't want to use these ugly tunnels, you can also utilize dummy sectors. Dummy sectors can be seen as portals between two or more sectors. A dummy sector is used to trick the engine into thinking the sector is part of another sector, but is, in this case, disconnected. Then there's the ambush flag for enemies, or often incorrectly called death monsters. Enemies set to ambush will be granted 360-degree vision when the target is set through sound. They will remain asleep until the player presents itself in a 360-degree vision. Another experiment you can do is see the sector's sound target in action. For example, you can make an out-of-bounds enemy teleport in by pushing it into the teleporter through a barrel explosion. If the enemy teleports into the room where you fired a shot, it will always teleport in angry at you. If no shot was fired, it will teleport in asleep. Granted, if you're not in the enemy's line of sight, of course. Lost souls are weird too. Each time they slam into a wall, they check the sector's sound target to immediately wake up again.
I want to hear that sound again.
Each time they slam into a wall, they check the sector's sound target to immediately wake up again and hunt down the player that fired a shot. If they slam into a wall in a sector that has no sound target set because, for example, the door was closed when you made a sound in the area next to it, it will fall asleep. As mentioned in the intro, sound propagation is a relatively simple implementation, but it adds several layers of complexity where both players and mappers can toy with it. Thank you for watching as usual, big thanks to the patrons and YouTube members for the monthly support, and shoutouts to 19 Day, Agonizing Oral Pain, Agonizing Rectal Pain, Andrew Dunai, Andrew Riss.
Okay, well that's gonna be enough watching videos for today. The new mouth pain video is gonna be for another day. That's gonna be for another day. But actually, but now we're, hang on, let me actually place me a little bit better, like that. There we go. Okay, it's the same. Okay, but now we're actually going to play now. Well, I mean, play. It's a relative term. It's more like walking because that's pretty much all we do in the Stanley Parable. We just walk around and make choices for the guy, and he gets pissed off. That's basically it. That's literally it. All right. I probably could have done more last time, but because I spent so much time like on the ending with a bunch of buttons because I thought that there was something to it, but which was literally what like the game was making fun of us by telling that, oh, you're gonna come back here again and again and again for so many times in a row. The time again. Current time again. Why? Why current time again? Ah, my neck. It's 1:41 now here. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Sure. Thank you for actually saying the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. Don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. So weird. Again, this is how Stanley Parable works. It is weird. It is all around. Plain simple. Weird. Whoa. I do hear talking in the background and I'm just listening a bit. Again, very weird. Because they actually take the time, to put this stuff, to put these, they're just like this talking, I think now it's just loot because I heard again like you know what, twice now. Actually, I realized that there's an ending I actually didn't go all the way through because there was references to.
This is the
Yeah, I've already heard this. Welcome back. It's a kind of achievement. Okay, because there were references to stuff in the game that I didn't see yet. So I told myself maybe it was best not to go.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But now I'm going to go through that pathway. It was a path with a that at some point I just heard a lady talking to
When
me.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, yeah, we're going to go through this fast.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
That's open again. If I would go back in, it would probably do the same thing.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
No.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
God damn it.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Thank you. Okay. So it was through the escape path, you know. I didn't go through all of it. There was like some sort of a museum for a moment. I stopped there, but I feel like maybe I should still go through it.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yeah, I know.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah. I mean, yes, I
At
can,
this
but I'm
point,
not.
Stanley
well,
was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes, because that's how it happens with death. You know, you can't hide from it. You just need to open your arms to it. Not be afraid of it.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
I mean, when you have
He
an
doesn't
office
know
life.
the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Well, maybe his brain was
So
already
he
dead
resigned
because.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Goodbye.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly
Double narrator.
into the enormous metal jaws.
The narrator to the narrator.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Crunch, crunch, bleh. Oh, okay. No crunching, bleh. I guess. No country. Blah.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Something.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Well, yes, I was brain dead. It's different. The first from the beginning of the game, path from Stanley's office to 2 doors was the first web of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. True. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in good time. The 2 doors. The set of the 2 open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an explosion of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets. The office. Button sounds. Some of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Okay, we're going to go through a bunch of this. We're actually going to go through the whole place this time. Boss's office. See screens from the development of the boss's office. Yeah, it looks more like this one. That one is very, very empty. Oh, okay, it's like... So it's like first iteration, second iteration, then the end result. Office clock. What is this way? The lounge. Underground. Any version of the underground portion of the game.
Nothing there. Shoot. Well, try the other one then. When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever. And finally, he pushed the number 9. Now then, this elevator for sure will get him right back on track to where he was supposed to. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. Then he pushed the number 4. But of course, you being you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Where were Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? I don't know. Does that sound well, in that case, I'll tell you what. You win. Congratulations. You did it. I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
You have brought in the voice of the narrator.
What do we do now? I don't... Stanley, where are you right now? Where am I? I'm trying to figure out, but I can't... Stanley, who am I? Can you speak to me? Please talk. Have we done this before? Have we been in this room before? How many times have we done this? How many times have I said these exact words? Say something. Anything. Help me, Stanley. I don't know who I... What I... Stanley, help. Don't...
Okay, now that's getting kind of creepy. Lounge. Okay, so sorry, apparently outtakes from the narrator for doing 2 years development. Jesus. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Countdown desk. One of the countdown desks from an early version of the countdown ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Huh. Okay, so that's like the end part of it. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember that was what was up. Sorry. And what was down. And played the 2 endings together instead. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. It goes together, right? The game is now paused. Look at that. escape menu. For a long time, when ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Lol. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. What are those buttons? Screenshot depicts a new version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Oh. Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Okay. So over there, that is the exit. I do not want to go to the exit yet. I want to go through all of this place. I'm going to go this way. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Art. Okay. Cool. Meeting room. Okay. Min's layout. The flow of hallways following the first 2 doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Okay. One option. Wait, which one is the one? Okay. One option. 1 doorway to maintenance in the lounge. To confusion ending. Okay. 2 options. 2 doorways to maintenance. To confusion ending, and the other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. One option. 1 doorway to maintenance in the lounge, and the original back on track option. In the vent. What about this? Vent. I love how it's like you just so vent. I think it would have been cool. The apartment timer. In the previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. The cargo lift. The second version is functioning the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Okay. The office. Okay. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable The Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Oh. Maintenance room. A new version of the maintenance room. Okay, now I'm back here. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. How's the game going? Hope it's just as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Oh, you're a rock. question. Okay. What is this strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of number 1112800 is? What? Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? I remember that one, though. For instance, on the scale of Max Onions to Salvador Dali, how surreal would this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain with a magician to receive it? The most important question of all, what is Stanley's last name? In line with our previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion, here's the result in attached file. Open it carefully and see the full details of the result. First, to apply for your claim, and after 24 hours, you didn't hear. Oh. What to tell you, I like the Stanley Parable as much as I like seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. Indeed, I liked it as much as I like walking the park, watching the sunset, and dare I say it, pushing buttons. 24. What the? Okay, let's see. What? Who died in the Libya crisis and had no. What? How do you tap with boxing gloves on? This is strong. Dead strong man. What? What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. Montgomery Jones. Okay. Partner, I'm Anthony Elias, business broker. Please partner with me in a very rewarding business venture. Details will be sent to you if you are interested. She's as important, not spam. Regards. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir, and it is, what is your message for today? Okay. There's a skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye. What? Question brought forth by an intense passion of my soul. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? I don't... why? How? What? Will the game feature capybaras? Huh? Did people actually send these questions? How do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael The Rock Martin. We're playing... Gay. Are you gay? It's like, will playing the Stanley Parable change your life? Something like that. I appreciate the previous Stanley game as a work of art and a standalone title. I appreciate the credit given to art, which is why I'm eager to see a sequel, standalone campaign game, because art needs a good censoring. Stanley Parable have infinite quests. How many endings? If Stanley Parable is really going to let me go shopping, I hope it will have a fine section of desert boots. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? How's the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Did people actually send these? What the fuck? Lounge. An early version of the lounge. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything over there either, because I want to see everything and appreciate the stuff that was put in here, either A for jokes or actually for reference. Okay. Something actually quite oddly relaxing about just walking around in here. I don't know. Okay, now we're here now. Okay. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mockup is still in the game. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office from over time. The first was created in November 2011. The second in March 2012. And the third in February 2013. I think I've seen everything now.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Well, I'm dead. Big dead. Big dead. Okay. Now there was...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now there was... The thing with the telephone I actually didn't answer. Which I remember is this
When
one.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I still didn't go that way. Either like the maintenance stuff over there.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
I'll answer the
To
telephone
put
this time.
your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Well,
They'd want to
yes.
commit their life to you.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press Z on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press M.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Well, yeah.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press C.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press J to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize
gone.
that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Let's see, to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press N to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
A line?
And down another was a game with a baby.
I do know that one.
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press L to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Is she aware that you love her?
But there is no
But-
answer. How could there possibly be?
Bruh.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press U to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Please press K to be at work in the morning. Nah. Hello. Okay.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
Oh no, I'm
How
back
can I
here.
tell him in a way that he'll understand that
Fully.
every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press L to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I go to the maintenance thing. I think that's what's called.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beaut, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What is this?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, Left. Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, I thought I could get into the car. Huh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Don't you dare.
This time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
God damn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now I don't think that there's actually anything else. But okay, I'm going to go and check just to make sure that to see if I really saw everything. Yeah, the confusion ending, I got that. Okay.
When Stanley... Wait.
Huh?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
It follows
Did
it.
something change?
Okay.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
It's over there. The store's over there.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Oh,
Come, Stanley.
God.
Let's find the story.
Okay. Let's wander around. In your guild, everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. That sounds fun. Okay. Okay.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Hang on. I need to go and fetch my water bottle because I just emptied my Pepsi. Okay. So now I guess let's go back again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Oops. Sorry. Wait, I forgot to... There we go.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Great.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Now we... What?
Now this...
What?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
It looks like something on the Half-Life.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my
Like in
story
Ravenholm?
took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Thank you.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
Trademark.
How simple is that?
Just follow the line, trademark. Okay. Huh. This is open. What? Playing solitaire. So apparently, because of the line, we can
The
go
line
somewhere
knows
else.
where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Okay.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree
That was
the
close
nature
earlier.
of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Yeah, a bit.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all
The
that.
hell?
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
What's it? The line. What the hell? No reviews. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, consolidation reports, departmental accounts, personal files, budget analysis. Really 42 peer reviews. That's a lot. I love this. This is so stupid. I love it. Financial records. Wait. Oh, that is weird. That wasn't with my brain. That's like manifold garden shit. Wait a minute. Wait, that spot's gone? That is weird.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, I'm remembering it. I'm remembering it. A fern. A big old fern. Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I don't care, I'm just following the line. Bro.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Well,
What do you want our story to be?
great.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
Oh.
I'm ready for it.
I swear to God, if we just end up back at the office.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh my God. Bye.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
I'm so glad I went on that
I
way.
believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
A reverse door.
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
What?
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
I don't get
Come,
it.
Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay, but okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes
What are
blank
these?
simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
What?
Will something happen? So, okay.
So,
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way
Okay.
that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
in a way, but
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. though they're always
Sorry.
saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
They do say that,
I
yeah.
hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this gonna be the same thing? Now we're back to where we were.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Seems as though it's gonna be the same thing. Apparently. Escape pod ending. Go up the stairs. Okay. The double door into the boss's office, and by the way, they're about to close behind you. Get back up, okay. Come on.
Okay, I think we all...
Okay. Huh. This is open again. This is open too. Let me bring up chat back. Here we go. Oh, these doors are open again. Huh. Okay, why? Huh? You are now leaving. What? Skip pod bay, floor 760. Okay. 155. What? The fuck? That's what I can say, man. Just what the fuck? $358. It's a long way. Oh yeah, I did say like 760. Floor 760. We're getting close. We're getting closer. Again, this is weird. Let's get pod launch bay. There we go. God, it's dark. Whoa. But huh? What? They really get all of the endings of the original? Okay, so the canonical ending, we did get that. You know, the 2845, we got that. Kaboom ending, we did that. Safe and sound, you know, just close the door like that, and then we did go out of bounds. The existential nightmare, button heaven, that was weird. Buttons! Game development 101. Baby game ending. We didn't get that though, because apparently there's a, okay. Apparently it's like, you know the moment in the game, actually the part where you just ignore everything he says. This moment where you can actually go. Hang on, okay. There's actually an ending where you just press the button for 4 hours and something happens. Apparently. Museum ending, lack of a marriage story, that you chose incorrectly. Oh yeah, then teleport above the 2 doors. Remember that? The confusion ending, which is like multiple parts. Too many freaking doors, not enough doors. The escape pod ending. So I got all that. Cool. Fun secrets. Okay, so I got the thing with the broom closet. The awkward elevator ride. Heh. The blue office, I got that. It's like just the bunch of stuff that you can get normally, you know. Go to, okay, apparently disco mind control. What the hell? Okay, well now we can actually go to we can actually go to new content now. If you count that being that as being new, if you will. Well then, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's also like a thing with apparently in one of these it actually just said the end is never the end, it is never the end, apparently. It's like another secret, if you will. Okay. Well,
Oh,
let's go here now.
new content? What does that mean, new content?
It means new content. I don't know what I was doing in my head there, like. Anyway, we go. Wee!
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world
More.
of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay, there's nothing I want to do.
This
Yeah. I'm just I know about this. I know about this. So I'm just gonna press every single thing here. Is that it? No? Okay. Or maybe I need to do these as well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So this part I didn't see. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Plasma rifle. Joe's favorite. Play of the game. Windows. I look for the dot, please. Show translation labels. Okay. Yeah. Settings world champion. Oh. Okay, it was like all the sliders. Okay. There we go. That's an achievement. I just got there. Settings world champion. Yay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I knew about that thing in the document. I knew about that. I found that really weird.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Okay.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Jesus. But.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is amazing. This is so amazing. I can jump. Huh? Wait, what? It was like that, okay, two.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Oh. Yay, I guess. I'm gonna go back in. Yeah. Okay.
Goodness, another elevator.
Yeah,
Stanley,
transitions.
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality
Yeah.
assurance department signed off on this?
There's actually
I'm
one that says that.
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Okay. Wow, he seems in a good mood. Okay.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something! Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I was curious. See something different. Something different happened. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Thank you, Jake. I swear to God, if there's a head crab in here, I'm gonna be pissed. The lighting's different.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see,
So
Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
It's so fourth wall breaking. I love it. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. Memory, sweet memory. Stanley Parable on Steam. 2013 when the Stanley Parable was released. Our first kiss, my first car. The release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. The Memory Zone Temp, Mind Control Facility, the Stanley Parable. 2013. The original remake. It actually the end is never what everyone's saying, and it never is the end. It actually looks like the old website, the old good times. Oh, the Adventure Line 2. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to Starly The Last of Us in the category Story Rich. It's just covered with Stanley Parable. Audience Award, the Stanley Parable 2014 Independent Games Festival. Stanley Parable Box Collector's Edition. Let's see what it is. Trip down memory lane. Bits of music from the Stanley Parable. Smile because it happened. First $1. The Stanley Parable demonstration. The demo. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. British Academy of Film and Television Arts Development Team nominee British Academy Award. The Stanley Parable. Game Innovation. Okay, it's the same thing. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. New York Times. Late edition. Today, sunny, hot, humid, high 92. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, warm and humid, low 74. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, hot, humid, high 90. Weather map, page A18. Business leaders pushing election of council allies. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. Costs hinder new tech to achieve diversity. Rutgers goes from scandal to new crisis. All the news that's fit to print. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Loving memory, little Stanley. Oh, is that a cat or a dog or a hamster or whatever? I can't see it properly. Living memory, little Stanley. There's a part of me that wouldn't be able to tell if that's actually real or not.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
How do you review a game like the Stanley Parable? To describe any one part of it is to risk its ruination. To detail what it has to say about game design, the illusion of choice, and the psychology of the gamer is to tell you too much. Comparisons too are going to be woefully inadequate. Perhaps its closest cousin would be Dear Esther. But where Dear Esther wastes the form of interactive entertainment, Stanley Parable uses it and then subverts it. Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Even so, holding the game to the standards of any other title is simply not going to be correct. So how do we view what has become known as the Stanley Parable HT, the full-scale reimagining of one of the most intriguing mods available online? Mods? This was a mod originally? Oh yeah, I've read that. It was originally a Half-Life mod. Makes sense. The textures, the full-scale reimagining of one. How do you discuss it, analyze it, and recommend it? That's quite simple. You don't. Is it really? Did they actually receive all of this? ModDB 2012 Interaction Award winner, Design Museum Design of the Year nominee. I don't. Big Sushi.fm packs of Best of PAX 2013, IGF 2013 New Over Award honorable mention. Are these actually real awards or not? I can't tell. Fantastic Arcade 2013 official selection, Indiecade 2012 special recognition winner, IGF 2013 Narrative Excellence honorable mention, IGF 2013 Grand Prize honorable mention. I feel like this is not real, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. I wouldn't be able to know. This one nostalgic. It was good. Hey! That's not Stanley Parable, that's Portal! Still. Memories on maintenance. Okay. Huh? Whatever, man. Person of the year. Off on the... That was like the original thing. The original remake. Number is 29. Top 10 memories from the Stanley Parable 2013.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I've always been someone who wants to go the wrong way in first in games. In a sense that a game is trying to usher me down a particular path to get me to run from left to right, or maybe to charge straight ahead. I need to satisfy my instinct to go against the grain, to explore, to see what the designers have put back the other way. Sometimes I find a one-up or collectible stashed away to reward me for my interpreted behavior. At other times, my explorations are rewarded only by the crushing disappointment of running up against an invisible wall. Against an invisible wall. Yeah, weird borders. Whatever I find or don't find, my action is a manifestation of my desire to exert some independence, to make my own choices within a system that severely limits my options and encourages certain specific behaviors. The Stanley Parable feels alive in its responsiveness to your choices and its desire to subvert your expectations and keep you on your toes. I think of the Stanley Parable as a sort of video game analog for Charlie Kaufman and Spike Jonze? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's been a film adaptation, which gently mocked the ways in which so many films manipulate audiences with formulaic plot twists and situations in which characters learn huge life lessons, while simultaneously moving me with its formulaic plot twists and situations in which characters learned huge life lessons. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and in other systems too, like our workplaces and our families. In a game that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. Going the wrong way has never felt so right. Carolyn likes to venture off the beaten path in life as well as in games, but unfortunately the narrator in her head isn't nearly as witty as the one in the Stanley Parable. You might want to get that checked out. The greatest wealth is memory.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
What? Reviews. Hello? What happened? Hello? What the? What happened? I don't get what happened. Did... What? Is this meant to be here? Is this meant to be here? Because I feel like I should be outside this. Hang on. Yeah, I've... Because, you know, I do see the path over there, but I'm stuck here now. Was this meant to happen? Help! Hang on, I need to restart again. Something happened. I don't know what happened, but something very wrong happened.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Let's try that again.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
And now let's actually see this time if it does the thing again.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley
Alright, just
Parable
need to stretch a
anymore.
bit.
It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Quite literally. Buy on Steam. I didn't notice that part. Happy button.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone.
Red and blue door.
To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
That door open to the Serious Room 2013.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
I'm just gonna wait. Okay, that's all he says. Okay. I thought he was going to say something else before we go in
Wait.
here.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Yeah, I literally had a
no.
bug.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh,
I
no.
haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny.
Is this a real fun?
with
Is
his
this
humor
a
and
real
dialogue
review?
proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
So yeah, I literally had a bug earlier with where I actually got stuck inside one of these.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
No.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
No.
Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Aw.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Aw.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Mm-hmm.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you.
Okay, apparently it's what...
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it...
Oh boy.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? That's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Oh,
The
really?
last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about.
The door's gone.
Shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Originally.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before.
Yes.
How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Stanley, please don't push the
Oh,
button
God.
again. It's been 12 hours.
God.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. Oh, Stanley. You're back.
Oh dear
You're
God.
back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Oh shit.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's a... Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
Ow.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the thing with the serious room that we saw in the other one. It's like it's a removed ending. It's removed in this one. Hello? Oh, he's gone. He's dead. Huh? Yeah, I can't hear that. Ah. Stop.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave.
Are the boards still behind there? Wait, the fan is even running anymore. Yeah, I think it's still behind there.
The end is never the end.
Oh God!
The end is never the end, 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 is never...
Oh God! That was actually terrifying to hear. Leaks. That could be good. Damn it. That could be good. Oh. Oh my God, we can actually see outside now. We can't get out. Yet. Oh wow. Oh, now it's all ash. Literally complete ash. Ah, fuck. Oh. We're sideways now. Can't press it anymore, but now I can finally get out. Ah. Well. Great. I guess better start walking. Okay. I need to go to the bathroom and fill up my water bowl. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Like he wanted to check around in case, you know, there would be the end is never the end computer, which is a little secret, if you will. Yeah, I don't want to do the input. I already did the buttons. New content. Okay.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Oh.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say, man. Ow. Okay. What did you do now?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think
Looks
of all the
fantastic.
new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Okay. Welcome, Investor Showcase, the Stanley Parable 2. The end is never the end. Again. 427. Ah, you're smart.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the
Taste the
Stanley
sequel.
Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Sorry. Just want to see a bunch of details that we're putting around. Just the two of us. We can make it. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Running castles. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. Is that a reference to a song or something? It feels as though it's a song. The way it's said. Meeting at 2 p.m. Wow, you're so funny, man. You're so funny, man. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old and busted. New hotness. Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. They're back. 2 doors. 2 times New Roman. Okay, it's just a bunch of 2 written in a bunch of fonts. 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Oh my god. More of the Stanley Parable. 2 better than the Stanley Parable. Win-win. Sequential mindshare. 2. 1, 2. The color red. Leverage holistic value. 1 and then 2. Paradigm shift. Synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelope client-centric marketing. Concept art. Circle. Stanley Parable 2. E. So really all that's written is just E. Heh. I'd find it cool if I could change it. The fern. 2 question mark? Something like that. Yeah, 2 Stanleys.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Meeting plan 9 scrum. Okay. 10 design pitch, 11:30 break, 11:35 pitch design, a 5-minute break, Jesus. And 12 and 2 number 2 chat. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs. Who took the red marker? Me. Makes sense. Sequels are good. What? Eat. Apple. Feast on hope. What the fuck? Reject the prison of... Well, do I? Do not trust your plan? Something to eat? I don't know. Eat. Better dead than... Better dead than hungry? The fuck? What is this? And why is this, most importantly? Okay. Sequels are good. Portal 2. Yeah. Half-Life 2. Big time. Batman Arkham Asylum 2. CD. I wouldn't know. Divinity Original Sin 2. Doom 2. I don't know how I feel about Doom 2 compared to the original. One thing is for sure is that I've played the original more often than Doom 2. So, for something. Really, exactly like that Roman 2 over there. That's in 2, Return of Jafar. I don't know. Dark Souls 2. I haven't played Dark Souls. So there's only 3 games in that I can say out of like 7. The Stanley Parable is the prequel to Stanley Parable 2 is... The Stanley Parable is the prequel to the Penley's Terrible. Yeah, I was going to say that. The Stanley Parable is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2 is the sequel to the Stanley Parable is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2 is the... Okay. Crab, the ultimate sequel. Testing twice as many two printers wait. 2 printers at the same time, probably. That's what it says. You are the sequel. I am a yellow mug. I will never accept the red. Steel color signs, something like that. This way to the show floor. Nice. New features. New content. The new content bus. Expo Hall 2.
Here we are.
We should
Go
bucket.
on,
Oh, no,
try
not
out
now.
Some of the new features.
There's like 1,000 things that you can do with the bucket. So many endings with the bucket. Literally, there's like a section of the thing here that I see that's literally all for the bucket specific endings. So, you know. Okay, so far just the normal Stanley Parable 2. Okay, sorry, I was a bit I got a bit distracted. Okay, so let's just focus on what is around here. Merch. Is that actually a real link? I saw the new content. Stanley Parable 2 with E. Welcome to the showcase. New features, new content, new game. The content part 2, the compendium. Okay. Office decorations. Stanley Parable reassures bucket. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Name, hear yours today. Everyone's got one. Huh.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful? Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim. Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Okay.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button. Jim. Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again.
Jim. It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Jim. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Jim. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
More.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I'm gonna go this way.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Personally.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
What?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Time depth, timeline, infinity, distant future, whole like infinity, falling into infinity. Distant space-time, space like infinity, distant past, time deeper. Opening, rim, surrounding area, depth, infinite. Whole entrance, infinity. Infinite hole chart, 2. Hole, depth, space, more hole, question mark, science, infinity, more, falling. The holy moly, how deep can we dig? It just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right, infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Okay.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
More hole.
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now.
Yes.
Did you really need to see it again?
Yes.
I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole.
Well, there's a
It's
hole.
exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of
Whoa.
them. How about we go ahead
Huge
and
change.
press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the
Jesus.
hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually
Oh my
wants
God.
to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think
Oh?
we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Mostly
If
infinite.
that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button
Nah, I'm just
to
gonna
walk
stay
up
here.
to the top of the hole and we can move on.
gonna
I'll
stay
just
here.
be up here when you're ready.
I'm just gonna stay here. Damn, so many cigarettes down here. A mug. The shed's new mug. A few papers down here. Okay, go to the surface. And falling again.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yeah.
I can't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before.
The light is...
Admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was
closer.
not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
But...
the shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes. But
Freezing.
at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
It's so stupid, I love it. And again, the game knows that it's stupid. Oops.
Is the, teleport button not working?
Nope.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose...
Oops, sorry.
I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Oh no, they're
Take
even
care,
doing-
Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Okay. The hell was that? But... Huh! Lol. Dear God. This music is nice though. I'm just gonna sit back here. Change your perspective. Sir. Hi there. So... Change your perception. The fuck? Change your reality. Nah. I'm not done going through realities. And then back here. Okay. Change yourself. Bah! Okay. Bah! My God.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
Mm.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
Oh, makes sense.
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
I thought you left.
And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Okay. It's gonna do it again. Is it gonna do more options after? Oh no. Okay, never mind. Oh, and it brings us back here.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
You heard Jim in the game. What's this?
An
Epilogue.
epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay. Settings World Champion. Most infinite hole. Oh yeah, I did that.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done.
Thank you.
You've experienced every setting. Traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen.
Thank
So,
you.
just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the
Really?
rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
You are the champion of setting all the sliders to all the possible numbers. Please enjoy this room. This is your room. It was made just for you. They will never set the setting sliders into every possible setting. Where's the bumpscosity? There it is. Okay, so let's try the 0. Okay. Let's try the 1. Okay. Let's try the 12. Okay. Let's try the 50. Okay. I mean, he did say earlier that he didn't know about it. 76? Why? Why 76? 100. And 1000. Okay. I did it. Just gonna go down this way. Again. one that says the new. Okay, wait, no, like what is this part? New features, new content, new ideas, consistent quality with just the right of amount of change. Shween shaders. The new updated ray trace, more of the same, but in a good way. Sequel to the red is the new orange. 999. Okay, a whole new office. Okay. Expo Hall 2 guide. Jump circle to that. Okay. This map. Free achievement. Oh yeah, that's over there. Okay. Merch. Standings World Champion. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Pocket. Office decorations. Epilogue. Collectibles. Infinite Hole. And exit. Okay. Exit over there? I don't want to exit now. Not done. Fine, it ended. The jump circle is here again.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
I mean, those look nice. They're red and white and black. Very, very nice. My ear... No, not my ear. Like, could my just everything stop itching, like, right about now? Yeah, oh yeah, I already went that way. Okay. Pull the lever. Can you receive your new achievement? No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now. Okay.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay. Again, funny.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I haven't seen this. Can you find them? Collect them all. Whoa.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering
What's
up
that?
these miniature Stanley figurines.
What am I looking
and
at?
what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on
Oh,
with
that
your
is
unremarkable
kind
life.
of creepy. Yeah.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Wait. Huh? Okay. Well, I guess it's just the bucket left to go and see now. Is there? Yeah, there's just the bucket left to see.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Wow. Thanks,
The
bucket.
benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I'm just gonna bring this everywhere with me. I'll go back here just for fun. Let's see if I can bring it into in the hole or something. We go around with it, you know. Show it what I've got. Oh, those were the decorations. Yeah. I just want. Okay, I'm going to bring it to the hole with me because I want to. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, man. Really? Oh, I'm sad now. At least then I would have a friend. Okay, well I guess I did everything here now. So I guess I'm just gonna go to the exit now.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Yeah.
to move on now?
Yeah. Yeah. That's me. Yeah.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement.
It's not a bucket over there.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Of.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
What? Are you serious right now?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let's see how is it different. The intro, I mean.
Stanley worked for a company in a big
Decorations.
building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
The sequel is now paused. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's just great. That's just so weird. So weird. Reload. Okay, I guess we can start by going with the getting the figurines, the little thingies, the collectibles, whatever. Let's go
All of his
around.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, I won't pick the bucket up. Not now. It's gonna be for another day. All of the bucket stuff is gonna be for tomorrow. Because there's a lot of it just for the bucket. I do know that.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
Nope,
Why was he not doing it?
I don't want to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's start going through here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. I thought it would have been like something that would have changed around here. But yeah, just so far. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Huh.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
This is great. Again, this is great. I can't open this up anymore.
Here's the door, just go.
Damn. Apparently, with the from what I saw, the thing with going up and down was one of the
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
was added for this.
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
That sounds good.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerines. Yay. This part, going the elevator up and down, was apparently added for this. I know I did it, but why did I do it? I don't know. It was fun.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Huh.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. Railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Dear Mother of God, this game. It's so goofy and man doesn't know it.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Meeting today in the meetings room.
Maybe Stanley would never pick up the bucket. A lonely bucket, lonely. And when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Warehouse access plan. Produce 1 plank to allow ease of access past fence. Construct bridge to allow connection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. That way. Over there. Except like with the red and blue, go over there. Something about a line again? And go downwards? Oh. Okay. Who are you? 666 lol. There will be cleaning of this wall card. I want them so much I want to go home. Stop kidding yourselves. They will be reward for finding them all. Trust the completion instinct. Beware the false prophet. Collecting sexy wizards, the man. False prophet. Is Mandela catalog something? 10 steps to a successful workplace investigation. Decide whether to investigate. 2. If necessary, take immediate action. 3. Choose an investigator. 4. Planned investigation. 5. Conduct interviews. 6. Gather documents, clues, evidence. 7. Evaluate documents, clues, and evidence. 8. Take action. 9. Document. 10. Print list. Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance during this unprecedented time of investigation. Thank you. Maybe we are the collectibles? Shut the frick up. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiances, our local audio sources, using an array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic. A microphone which picks up sound from a particular area. Sorry, damn it. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be reverberance of a porcelain surface. Anyone have any ideas on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Weird spinning figurines. Ideas. What do they want? Our data stock options, or money. Should we make them... I don't know what that word is. Can't... Let them be? Interns. Maybe, yes. Why do they kind of look like 4 to 7? Why floating? Magic, dreams, magnets, training exercise. Training exercise. Management. A quarterly success. Is how many are there? 6. 151. What? Minus 151. Can we sell them? Obviously. More money if sold together. Do we need contracts for them? NDA. Potential liability. Saw one in cargo room. Employee 4 to 1 building a bridge. Bone stuff. What we forgot, what we know, what we don't know yet, and bonus stuff. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless to be honest. Shows the completion instinct. Okay, let's actually see what's here. A large room, lots of boxes. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Somewhere, both red and blue. Okay. Somewhere both red and blue. Well. Okay, so it's the place where at the point where we actually go up, I would go down. No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There we go.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Okay, now we'll need to go to the spot with the blue now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley, pick up the bucket.
No. But wait, what? This wasn't here before? Blue hallway? Oh, that's one of the extra stuff. That's one of the bonus stuff that can happen. There's a blue office and now a blue hallway.
When Stanley came to a set of
Weird.
2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I mean, seems as though after I would have grabbed this,
You're getting
I would go
close now, Stanley.
to the other place.
You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlerines. Soon you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlerines.
Figler Anlerines, I love that. Okay, let's go down here and then, I guess. Whoa.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Oh.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you?
Oh.
What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Okay. Now,
Dear me, where did all the bumpscosity go? Quite unnerving in here with all of it gone.
nope. Don't even acknowledge its existence. Even acknowledge the existence of the
When
bucket.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Just nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I almost fell off there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I know.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Well, sorry, I need to go to the bathroom again. Okay. Okay. So, wait. Apparently there's something else. The
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling
illusion.
moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Sorry. I can't see chat anymore. Oh well.
Yes, I know
She
we're
doesn't
supposed
matter
to be
because
telling
right now
a story,
I'm on my
but would you
own.
please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Memory
I would
zone?
love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay. Now I'm remembering when Stanley found the collectibles.
Here's where it all began.
Are we actually
The
just going to
first
pick them all up
collectible.
again?
Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Executive bathroom after that.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Thank you. Post office and understairs.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
I think it was understairs. I think. Did I do it? Right?
No.
Fuck.
Under the stairs was the 4th place you found a Figanley, not
Figanley.
the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they?
That's
You know,
not how memories
if
work.
Under the stairs feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Fire hose.
Let's see, what
What?
came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Don't recall this one either.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
It's mini stand number 5. It's mini stand number 5. You found it near the cargo lift. Thanks for watching. Oh my god. Edited by the narrator, edited by the narrator, music, narrator, best boy narrator, starring Stanley, copyright the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else. And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
I guess it's the most recent.
Because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Yeah.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then
Or in the present.
there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there somewhere we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
Okay.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
But
Yes, I love that video.
apparently we're just accepting that this one
Still
exists.
don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Apparently we just accept it.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
We go this way now, eh? Oh. Okay. Never mind then. Let's keep going this way then. To the executive bathroom.
This was our second Figly. Don't you remember? Yes, I
Figly.
remember it too. The
Figly
past is
Anarines.
truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
City
Keep
Weekly.
going.
There's so many.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I
Figlarines.
want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Well, the exhibit. That's what came before this. The exhibit. The jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything.
Yeah.
In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
More memories. More memories. Always. Just memories. Just memories. Don't make a life with the present. No, fuck that.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
In the office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Okay.
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Something about how you said that made me feel as though it was almost emotional in a way, you know? Like, one last time, you know?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Okay, then. Let's see what happens if we actually just do the thing. Also, there's like a sort of disco thing that you can get here as well. And I'm curious about that.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Because I like finding secrets, especially when I know what they are. Because I was told about them.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
Oh.
He refused.
I tried to go
believe
back
it.
in.
He
I
couldn't
couldn't.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
But just stay here because I know there's like something with a minute and then something else happens. So I'm just gonna wait here a minute. See if it's here or something because I know there's something involved with an elevator. With this elevator in particular. Okay. So okay. Maybe not. Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over a...
Here we go. Let's see if something different happens this time if I actually go through the canonical ending, if you will. After he says that, you know, after one ending he says that he'll let me go.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Blue office again?
All of
Twice?
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The meeting again? No, not but the blue office again twice. No, not twice in a row, but still twice.
Stanley went around
It's
touching
random.
every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, now I need to know. Yeah. Oh, ye of little faith. Oh yeah, I got that. Oh yeah, I got that. Like the narrator's voice keeps looping on the broken tape. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, so is it actually just the sort of the? I know there's like an epilogue thing. I do know about that. And there's a bunch of bucket specific endings. Like so many things that happen just with the bucket. Oh. But I think we're going to stop it now for the day. Everything else for like all of the other endings, all of those that happen with the bucket, that's gonna be for next time. It's gonna be for tomorrow. But man, is it still fun? Is it still fun? Yes, it is. It definitely is still fun. It almost feels as though, you know, I don't know. There's just something about it that makes you feel as though there's like a proper end to it, you know. Especially with the thing with the epilogue, which makes you think as though which makes you think as though there's an actual end. But maybe there is, maybe there's not. But whatever, because all of that will be for next time. All of that will be for next time. So if you stayed on to the end, thank you very much. So to make sure to include everyone, whatever time zone you are, whether it's good day or good night, good evening or good morning, or even good afternoon, most importantly, take care of you. With all of that said, I will see you all next time. Peace.